You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Ian Johnson.
On the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Ringer. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Ringer news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Ringer.
Ringer.
Ringer!
Woo!
So much enthusiasm tonight for Ringer, even though we wish we were sort of watching the Victoria's Secret fashion.
Sorry about it. Actually,
Sorry.
I'm not at all.
Sorry.
I'm not
that
sorry.
Ringer brought the drama tonight.
Yes.
In little news, I kind of heard the fashion show didn't.
Really?
Stop it right now.
No
you are not allowed to
way.
speak like that.
I'm just going off of what tweets, Facebooks, all that
Really?
good stuff is
Well-
saying. Some people said, you know what? Kind of wish I went to go work out.
They
instead.
missed Rosie Huntington Whiteley because I know I will.
Did some people say that they wish they were watching Ringer instead? Because I'm pretty sure tonight was one of the most exciting episodes we've ever seen.
Easily.
Super confusing though.
Easily.
There was,
unless you had me with my huzzah board going on, explaining to everyone.
And by the way, if
what's
you
going
didn't have a DVR to press pause and be like, okay,
Let's talk about it.
let's
Chappie,
recap.
where are you?
Yeah, Chappie.
But you know what? That's what we have AfterBuzz TV for. So let's go ahead
Exactly.
and welcome all of our viewers, all of our listeners. Thank you for checking out AfterBuzz TV here on your Tuesday night. I will be your host for tonight's episode of the Ringer After Show, Season 1, Episode 10. That's what you get for trying to kill me.
Bam.
Boom.
All right?
Done.
I'm joined here by some of our regulars, but it's clearly ladies' night.
Yes.
Here at AfterBuzz TV.
Not that we don't love David.
Which
that we don't
it
love
never
David.
is on the Ringer, by the way. It's never ladies' night on the Ringer. Let's be real. It's always the man show.
Well, I mean,
Which I'm not complaining about. Obviously.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is virtually the only female on this show.
Yeah, and then there's Gemma, who we'll speak about later. Is no longer going to be on the show.
And Miss
Here.
Zoe Deutsch.
Oh, true. Of course.
forgot
we
I
about
can't
her.
deal with that one right now. I can't even deal
you
with
will
it right
hush.
now.
She is such a feisty one. I love her. Let me quickly introduce the co-host that I'm sitting with here tonight. We have the lovely Stephanie Chapluk. Hi. Channeling her
Chap.
inner Serena van der Woodson. Fresh off her trip
I
to New
was
York.
in New York. Try to be as serena as humanly possible.
Well, you accomplished it from all your Instagram photos.
Stop it.
And then our lady in pink. You look very 50s chic tonight,
Thank
Chevonne
you.
Hughes.
I try.
Thanks for being here. And then, of course, Emily Harbert.
Hi.
Our latest recruit to the Ringer After Show. All these ladies will be sharing their insights tonight, so thank you for sticking with us. Let's get right into it. Obviously, one of the most important things that happened tonight was the storyline centered around Charlie/John.
Oh boy.
Slash Gemma.
Slash Gemma, yes. Basically, he shows up out of nowhere, kicking it at the elegant Martin penthouse.
Once he realizes that they know. They know who he is.
They're onto him, absolutely. And he gets...
His cell phone's been stolen.
Yes.
No,
the
Gemma's cell phone was
Gemma's
stolen.
cell phone was stolen. His fingerprints were on it.
All over that
And-
business. But of course they noticed too late. Good job, detectives.
Yeah. Why couldn't you get a return
Hey.
on those fingerprints?
Hey, they're human too, okay? Detective Eyeliner does what he can.
And he did have an answer for everything.
Yeah, he really
Always.
did. But here's the thing. Who told him that the cops were coming? Or did he just know?
No.
I think he
the
realized.
cops are
I think he
coming.
probably realized that their things were askew since
Yeah.
Oh, because he
He
did.
moved her
since
up.
Malcolm did such a great job of putting everything back where it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Bravo, bro.
Yeah.
Sure, he won't notice that you've
Totally covered his tracks really nicely.
obviously.
I mean, were you guys surprised that he was like, okay, I want money and your friend's not going to get harmed? Did you think more would have been revealed? Did we think...
I thought he had more motive than that.
Me
like
too.
really,
Yeah.
it was
Right.
just the
Surprisingly
money.
simple.
Because I'm pretty sure you could have gone for the money a lot earlier with letting Gemma go and then been
Yeah.
like, wash my hands of this situation.
could have avoided a lot of the frustration.
At the end, when Shiv, as we call her,
Yes, the real
was
Shiv.
And the
Yeah,
real
the real
Sio
Shiv.
Bahan.
No,
so-
Briv.
Briv.
Briv,
Sorry.
okay.
Bridget as Chevonne.
Yes.
When
okay.
Briv was sitting there, she was talking about it. When she looked at that envelope with Chevonne's name on it, she was like, it just can't be about the money.
Right.
She was like,
So
there are more
I think
questions.
there are more questions. And I'm guessing we're going to figure them out. It can't just be about the
No,
money.
it seems like for him it really was just about the
well,
money.
because
for
he-
Chevonne, there's something else going on because
but
you're like.
just for Charlie, he just wanted a payoff.
Because he wanted double pay, and she was like,
yeah.
I just think that was a lot of like implanting yourself in the situation to have it just be about the money.
God, he asked for a lot of money, too. Like, he asked for a lot. What was it?
That would-
$250K.
So,
Yeah.
but that was double.
That was just an
so-
engagement gift. Don't worry. A standard anniversary gift.
That was the next sort of like little tangent I wanted to branch off into. We got to see a lot of romance tonight, finally, between
So happy about
Briv and Andrew, and you know everything from the opening scene with all the white flowers everywhere. It was just like ethereal, that little scenario
Is
that he
it
created.
weird that I saw the flowers everywhere and I was like, who broke into the apartment? What's going on? Like, my mind
automatically
did not
assume the
go to
worst.
romance. It went to like horrific things are happening there.
I mean, their relationship has really turned a new corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
and
I'm so happy.
And she said she loved him.
finally they exchanged
Yeah.
"I love yous," he said, for the first time in like ever.
Yeah.
And then they made
Love. Sweet, sweet
ever
love.
so passionate, delicate love.
But like I said, I was like, wouldn't he notice a change in her lovemaking style? Because I think
she was a stripper.
remember, I know he'd be like, "Why are you so slutty now? Like, what's going on?"
I think it was
screenwriter,
more-
that's
I
a
think
question
it
for
was-
you.
I think that's looking too deep. That's a we don't care.
Right.
I'm
Gotcha.
pretty sure he hasn't had
Or-
sex in a while, so
Yeah,
he's just
fair.
gonna take what he can
Also,
get.
Yeah.
it's one of those things that if they care, it's like
He was very.
Yeah, I'm sure he was just excited to sleep with his wife.
Yeah.
Okay? It became
maybe-
a rare commodity.
maybe it's like okay, it's passionate, so it does. The fact that she's slutty, it doesn't matter because it's not that type of sex.
Well,
it's passion. It's
was
love-making,
right.
It wasn't just
They're in
sex.
love now.
So she'll need to tone down the stripper at a later date. Is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Which apparently in the preview we saw that.
Oh
she
my
might
god,
be
I'm
doing.
really hoping for a stripper moment. I'm really hoping.
I don't
for
know
it.
if we're gonna get one. I've
January 10th, I want a stripper moment, or else,
Yeah.
or else I'm quitting.
Yeah.
No, but I thought that was so sweet when he was like, "Here's your $250,000 anniversary gift."
Oh, that was great.
I was going to propose to you again. Tears.
Streaming down our faces. But
Not really, but-
you know, I was kind of expecting him to be the typical cold Andrew that we know, where he'd just unleash all this anger, like, "How could you not tell me about the ransom?" But instead, he sort of was like, "Okay, let's do this as a team. The situation
And you're
sucks.
not
He
going
wanted to help
alone.
her.
And
Yeah.
you're not going alone, which was
He's
just
protective of her.
yeah.
Like he actually truly does. He seems to be now the most like not I don't want to say ignorant or naive, but he's like the one that just knows nothing in the
matter.
And he's
Then
just going with his
just
feelings.
Going with his feelings now.
Right.
And in
Just
that
kind of
type
nice
of character, it's
using
like,
his gut.
for a big like CEO type character, you really see that, which is cool.
He has a lot of soul. He's showing a lot of soul.
she
he
does.
He does. And she is his priority.
Yeah.
It's like, this situation sucks and you got to go give over the money, and this beautiful ring I just bought you is going to go to waste. But I'm just going to come
But
with
it's
you.
not.
But it's not because
Oh yeah,
didn't get there in
Put
time.
that ring on your finger.
Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about our second big plot point for the evening.
Which is just not okay.
I'm really torn on this, and if any of you out there are listening or streaming live, please call us because I would love to get your input on it. 424-256-1729. We saw the Juliet teacher, Mr. C, dynamic really just come to
I had.
a head, exactly. And she's just so frustrated. She is literally throwing herself at this guy, trying to help when we all know she does not want to help.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And he
She
finds
just wants to do some community service.
oh right
you know,
for her college application.
16-year-old doesn't.
What Upper East Side 16-year-old doesn't want to pick up trash after school?
Right.
I met
that's
a
what we
couple
all
of them,
do.
and they all were doing it. Everyone I saw was picking up trash.
No.
Yeah,
Sure.
The flirting was bad.
Oh my God.
Obvious.
Awful. But,
Horrible.
but obviously he's 30. He's not looking for a 16-year-old's flirting tactics,
Right.
okay? He's looking for a more sophisticated woman. But nonetheless, he finally, I was very impressed by how he handled it. He was like, this is inappropriate and it will not be tolerated. Your friend needs to leave and I want to finish hashing this conversation out with
Honestly,
you.
though, no. Well, obviously, as we see how it played out, that wasn't smart. You probably shouldn't close a door and be alone.
Yeah.
You
Because
should have
it's
left
your word
you
against
should have
hers.
left the door open and been like, can you just stand outside?
Right.
So,
Well, according to Billy, our AfterBuzz friend who read an article on TVLine.com.
Billy Nellis, love him.
Yes, we love him so.
angel face. He's
Such an angel face.
He was reading Michael Alcillo's is how you pronounce it, I think.
Yes.
He was talking about a blind item of it said
faux rape.
faux rape was happening on a freshman series.
It starts with an R.
Well, somebody asked, "Is it revenge?"
Oh.
And he said no, but
and
it
Ringer's
starts
the
with an
only
R.
other one.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
But it's definitely a faux rape. It wasn't like
It
it's
was
not good.
a fake rape,
Well,
and it was like
I just
a
don't-
fake rape, and it. I think he
She's
also
a good
said
little
it's a
actress.
really
Ladies,
Yes.
What?
we have a caller. who-
Shed some light on the situation.
Shed some light on the ringer.
Please.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you from?
Caller.
Hello? We scared him.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? What's your name? Where are you from?
It's David.
Oh my god, I miss you. Huzzah, huzzah! Sending so much love.
Hi, ladies.
I'm sorry you have strep. We really miss you here
Little
in the
sicky
studio
pill.
tonight. But did you have a chance to watch
Oh.
Ringer?
I didn't. I just wanted to call you guys and tell you that I love you and I miss you.
You always throw our shows that are on schedule off track.
We've decided you're my kryptonite.
Yeah.
Love you though.
Things are so much more productive when you're not here. We love you. I hope you have some chicken noodle soup. I hope you have
I
a nice attentive friend taking care of you tonight.
That's OJ.
Yeah, and have a lot of vitamin C, okay?
I will, but I just called to tell you guys that you look great.
By the
back
way,
in my life.
And that's it.
By the way, you
Just, I have
sound really
nothing to
sexy.
contribute. What?
You sound really sexy. You have the Phoebe sick voice. That sexy.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
thanks.
plugged up nose
Friends.
voice is
Friends.
love
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Well, thanks for supporting us still, even when you're not here. It shows that you do have a soul.
I do. Okay, get back to your show.
Love
I won't
you.
bother you anymore. Love you.
Love
too.
you.
Love you.
Love.
Okay, sorry.
So,
Before we were rudely
well,
interrupted.
Well, he said.
No, we love him.
He said it was a stupid storyline. He described a faux rape storyline that is.
It's gonna be
pretty
one of those
stupid.
ones where like she's gonna feel so guilty,
Yeah.
and then it's all gonna come back around, and then she's gonna look like a psychopath because she kind of is.
Well, but here's
Yeah.
the thing. Before we go
that route.
judging
Yeah.
Juliet, we don't know. That's just something that's out there on the internet. We don't know what
But
actually
I now,
happened
but I
behind
now
closed
really
doors.
believe.
I believe it
I really-
happened.
I really believe.
I
You
believe it
believe-
happened.
you
I don't
believe
know-
she was raped by him.
I do because one, it's kind of I don't think that Ringer's going to do that cliched of a story right now. And what a twist it would be for this nice guy teacher to flip the script and be a predator, you know?
Right, totally.
And I think that's very much the style that we've seen so far of Ringer.
That's true.
Yeah, Ringer hasn't followed many cliche moves
Right.
as far as
I think I agree with what you're saying, but I just think that the way she was acting when it was like
She was such a predator.
Yeah, it
she was such
yeah.
a predator
and
that
when
I
she
really find
was-
it hard to
And the
believe.
thing is, when she was sitting there on her bed, it was like it was like one tear was streaming down her face. It wasn't like
it seemed insincere to you.
yeah, it was like once, and then
It seemed more like
when
I was
her-
rejected,
Yeah, exactly.
and this is how I'm going to retaliate.
And then it was like when her friend came up, that's when she really started crying. That's when
The
it was
waterworks,
like
yes.
She had pulled herself together, and then it was like,
And I think
boom,
we've
it
seen
was
she's a
just
little bit of
like-
an actress.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has it in her. So
She can be.
Yeah,
I
she
just-
might be pulling the drama queen card.
Yeah.
But I think
And
it's a
that's
classic.
a, that's a
by the way,
huge
I
accusation,
think-
though.
I
Yeah.
think you
But it happens
would
in real
have
life.
seen more of a. They would have gone deeper into his character if that was the storyline. I think they would have gone deeper into we might have seen something. He's been very like one-dimensional,
Right.
and so I don't think. I don't know. I think
I feel like that's what kind of makes it more
psycho
of a possibility because we don't know that much about him.
That's
All we've seen
true.
is like the facade of Mr.
Nice
Nice
guy.
Guy Teacher
But-
Man.
Good
But
Samaritan.
here's
Yeah.
the thing: it wasn't necessarily nice guy because it'd be one thing if he was just constantly. It would be one thing if he was constantly like pushing her away in a really nice way,
Right.
or saying, but he really laid down the law with her. So
He seemed pretty stern about what he was
exactly.
saying. And I think hell hath no fury, like a 16-year-old scorned.
Yeah,
Upper East
exactly.
Side.
16-year-old from the Upper East Side
Yeah.
who's not getting the affection and attention
Yeah.
from her elder teacher.
Right.
Who teaches
back.
at public school.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think that if this is going to turn out to be Juliet lying and fabricating this whole nasty, nasty story, I mean, I think that's probably the worst thing that could happen in a school setting, a fake
Right.
rape.
Yeah.
Then she didn't do the 180 that we thought she did. We thought she was
Yeah.
coming around and
Yeah.
becoming
And
a little
I
sweeter.
also feel like if it really happened and she was like traumatized as one assumes you would be, you wouldn't like give it up that easily.
Yeah.
Give up the information
No,
that she
To her
raped.
friend
Exactly.
that easily.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too
yeah.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird
that's a good point.
story to put in this episode with there's like 3 big storylines.
I just think she didn't have a lot going on.
Yeah,
I think there
it was
wasn't
like-
much going on with her, and so they
And
had
I
to
think
throw
that's
something else in there.
probably why this writer said it's stupid, because
Yeah.
it's like in
You
the
should've saved
middle
it.
of the thing, and it's like Juliet's storylines, like it was kind of the same thing. Like
There was no
why
way
did she like when she crashed the car and her trust fund got taken away? What was really the point in that? Like.
Yeah.
It was just like her stories.
Agree.
Yeah, nothing
like,
changed.
Yeah, nothing changed. Like her single storylines are really just kind of just B stories, C stories.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
because
so-
we love Zoe Deutsch.
We
and
we love Zoe Deutsch.
She has the best makeup on television.
She really, and she's obviously a really pretty girl, so
Yeah.
it's not like it takes a lot of magic to make her look as amazing as she does. But I mean, I think
She's
the
quite
makeup on this show,
stunning.
I think Sarah Michelle Gellar always
Ooh,
looks
gorgeous.
just
Yeah.
airbrushed and smoky and dewy and goddess-like at all times.
And they also do
so-
strip her really well on her.
Oh, and with this sloppy eyeliner. Love it. Let's get to our last plot point before we cut to a commercial
Yeah.
and talk about news and gossip. So Chevonne is back and pregnant.
The bitch is back.
with a black eye.
With a black eye, which she induced herself when she
With some serious commitment.
opened a medicine cabinet. Could you imagine ever inflicting that much pain upon yourself?
No, I would have been like, I would never even have thought of that. But then the second it comes close enough to my face, I'd be like, oh, run.
But
That's
I
some like
think
Fatal Attraction stuff.
as-
though.
Oh,
as-
God, that's some serious stuff she's
Yeah.
pulling over
as
there.
Trappy
That's
said
because she's a-
multiple times during our viewing, Chevonne is a psychopath.
She have written down legit
Well,
psychopath.
as if we didn't already have that fact established quite clearly prior tonight. Tonight really
She really
convinced
proved
us
it.
of that. So basically, it
lot.
was very dramatic. So Charlie decides he doesn't want to go through with this whole ransom deal because he knows that the cops are at the train station. It's too risky. He decides, okay, Gemma's tied up in my trunk. I'm going to shoot her.
Right.
Charlie misaims.
which
An
is
ex
so-
probable.
Like,
Come on.
screenwriter, what's going on?
that's
You shoot,
frustrating.
you kill.
Yeah, it's
okay?
that's
And-
it's
and-
like, here's the thing, if you're doing that, don't do it from that angle. Like, he was 4 feet away from her.
Yeah.
If
It was
that,
like,
okay?
yeah, he was 4 feet away from her. He's an ex-cop. Do it smart. But you know what? This is
At least have her like running away or something, and like there might have been like a shot to the leg or something.
Sure,
But
where there could have been margin of error.
Yeah.
but he was literally. It would be like me shooting Chappie. It's a done deal. Okay,
don't do that.
never.
I appreciate some finger guns, but not when they're loaded.
So, sort of a red herring because
Yeah.
it leads us to believe that
Yeah.
Gemma is dead. But then mysteriously, Gemma's got the gun, and I'm
Which,
sorry.
if
you
you're
had a wound shot, a gunshot in
Yeah.
your stomach, okay?
You're in the back of the trunk. You're already running out of air. Yeah, I'm really gonna be smart enough to pop this bad
Yeah.
boy down, sneak out where no one sees me, and then come back around and attack you.
I just don't think you'd be coherent.
Yeah.
There's
Well, you
no
could
way.
see she was very like
disoriented.
She was reaching for the keys. And
Not her
we
best look.
all- no, she did not look attractive.
I love me a good ginger, but that was not a good look for
Hey,
you.
if I had been shot, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't look too hot either. Okay.
And
What?
she was like ghostly white too. Like she was like, yeah.
She probably lost massive
And-
amounts of blood and perhaps internal organs and
And
tissue.
she had to eat bologna, everyone.
Yeah, she's been malnourished for the past couple days, weeks.
And we pretty much all gasped when Charlie came up behind her. I knew I kind of jumped out of my seat. It scared the hell out
That's
of
when
me.
it was like, girlfriend, you have a crowbar. Hit him multiple times
Until you're sure.
you
Yeah.
know there's
And
no
there was a gun there
movement.
too, right? Wasn't there a gun?
Like, come on, this
he
show.
had the gun. He had the gun.
Okay.
So he wins the power back, finally does off with her, takes the body to the elegant, elusive storage unit.
Yes.
Where Chevonne meets him.
With a gun to his face.
Wearing
Boom.
OJ gloves.
Boom.
She's a smart girl. She's obviously wearing gloves.
Yeah.
She says this was not part of the arrangement. He goes, "You play by my rules," and she's like, "No, you don't." Kills him, and
Then hops in a taxi.
no, but puts the gun in his hand.
So it looks like he committed
Murder
suicide.
suicide.
But hate to get all CSI on you.
No, please.
Because I watched too much of that show. Like, from the logistics of like the gunshot wound, they would know that he didn't kill himself because she shot him in the face, right? Not in the face, but like in the head from here.
Well, what?
Right?
You could do that.
People who kill themselves are not going to shoot themselves like this.
Oh, they do it like this.
Yeah, they do it like this. So they do it like this is graphic. I'm sorry.
Right.
But
We're trying to piece this together.
So I mean, there's going to be like some kind of untied string there.
I don't remember the exact dialogue, but when Andrew gets the phone call, I think he says, they found Charlie. They think he committed suicide. Keyword maybe being think.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, his reaction to that phone call when he was actually talking on the phone
Was pretty collected.
was like calm and like
He's British.
at least you would see like him like maybe like let out like a sigh, like a sad sigh or something.
I also
or like
kind of feel like he
was
saw
like,
it coming.
It was like, okay,
Yes.
thanks.
I
It was
kind of feel like they all saw it coming because
Yeah, that's
when
true.
you have a ransom and you're telling him like I have the money for you and he says no, you know he's a little off his rocker and he's gonna go do something crazy.
And I think he has just been throughout this whole ordeal. He knows that he needs to be the pillar of strength.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Briv is a mess. So when there's conflict between, a husband and a wife, usually one takes I'm going to be the strong one. And I think he was sort of pulling from whatever inner strength and lack of emotion that he could muster up to be calm, to be supportive to Chevonne.
How did such a great man like Andrew get with Chevonne?
Well,
High
was a change in-
society.
high society.
I mean,
yeah.
You look for a hot high society Real Housewife of New York.
But there must have been like a big moment that
Well-
changed her into this ugly person,
I mean,
I
who
think
knows?
we're gonna discuss that in predictions because I
Okay.
have a
Let's get
really
into-
serious.
Okay,
prediction
let's
about that
get
one.
into
Okay,
that,
let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with all your Ringer news and gossip and predictions.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after-shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
What do you want to?
Ooh, that was
That was very fitting for a stripper.
I love that.
Very, very fitting for a show about a stripper.
Can we put the AC on because things are happening right now?
Things
getting
really hot over here.
Hot and
Ladies,
so
man.
hot and her. Gotta throw out a little Nelly. Because I also heard that on the radio today.
Let's throw it to the booth. DJ Jesse Janity is going to read our Ringer news and gossip. Let's do it.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So Sarah Michelle Gellar is living the good life, and here's why. She's taking everything a little less seriously. All my priorities have changed, the Ringer star says in the December issue of Self magazine. Now her best friend is her daughter, and she's no longer working killer hours like she did on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't work weekends anymore. Everybody knows you can't sway me on that point, so nobody even tries. Work doesn't define who I am, she continues. I love what I do, but I don't feel a burning pressure anymore. She also doesn't feel pressure to conform to Hollywood's standards of beauty. While she works out, she isn't obsessed with her diet or how much she weighs. In fact, she doesn't even own a scale. I've never believed in them because your weight fluctuates, she notes. We all have good days and bad days, and since you can't please everybody, try to please yourself first. I care only that I'm healthy. A very healthy way of thinking to us, too.
Honestly, I just love her. I think that is such a great message to send to all the young girls who look up to her, young girls who might step on the scale every day and kill themselves over every half of a pound that they might gain.
It's water weight.
Thank you. It's like you have a bottle of water and you're like 3 pounds heavier than you were 10 minutes ago. I believe in the same don't weigh yourself philosophy.
I completely.
So,
and by the way, we'll talk about predictions, but I'm interested to see if she'll put on the stripper outfit.
Oh, one can only
like
pray.
A lot of like mothers, like a lot of women, once they have like a baby, they get really like, especially on television, they get. Well, I mean, the Victoria's Secret models, like.
No,
we're not.
They're not real humans.
They're not real humans.
It's definitely a trend. If you look at people like Jessica Alba, Jennifer Garner, they do a lot of the animated voice movies.
I love Jennifer Garner for that.
Yeah,
you know, I've never noticed that.
Yeah, you know, once you start having kids, you start thinking.
I don't want to be on camera anymore.
Well, not even
not
that,
necessarily, but you don't be like showing off your bod.
Right. Jennifer Garner was like, "If you want to see me in a bikini, watch an episode of Alias."
She said that. Like, that's a quote. See, that I think that's fantastic. And Jessica Alba has a lot of things like that too. Like, I'm not really looking to do projects like Into the Blue anymore. Was that what it was called? Or Into the Deep or Into the Blue?
Something like that.
Where she's frolicking on a beach the entire duration of the movie in a bikini. I mean, she's obviously doing like The Little Fockers, where she played, I believe, a teacher. I didn't see it, but
no,
she
played
a
drug person.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wasn't she
no, she went to her skivvies when she jumped in the hole with Ben Stiller.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see it. I thought she played a teacher,
good.
But I know she's doing like voiceover animation. She was just in Spy Kids 4, so you know, I think they are more cognizant of the role choices that they do have. When you have to explain, "Mommy's a stripper." Like, piece of news, Charlotte number 2, please.
So the rumor mill's been buzzing about a possible death on Ringer. And we're clutching our pearls just thinking about it. Luckily,
I had a vision of you wearing pearls and you clutching them with a big Southern church hat on.
Luckily, I'm gonna screw this up, ladies. Young Grufford.
Yes. Young Grufford.
Close enough.
Young Grufford is putting our fears to rest. I can't imagine there would be anybody disappearing at the moment. We'll be discovering a lot of new things about our characters that were led down to a certain path and we weren't sure what was going to happen. Sounds vague, but at least Gemma won't be getting a cellmate anytime soon. In other news, it looks like...
Okay, wait. Quickly, that news and gossip obviously was before tonight's episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? It sparks a subsequent conversation that we need to have. They obviously don't clue in their actors.
Yeah.
The actors must obviously have no idea.
You only know. They'll
current
only
week.
tell you when the script comes out. They'll tell you.
Okay, so obviously that interview that Johan Grufford did, he had no idea that Gemma was
they
gonna
hadn't they hadn't read that script yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say also too? Sorry. No.
Yeah. No. Go.
I just recently saw him in Horrible Bosses. Completely changed my vision of him.
Wait, I saw Horrible Bosses. Who is he?
He was the male prostitute who specials in golden showers, not giving but receiving. So,
shut up!
Yes, do you remember that?
Yes.
And he looked good though. He was all like debonair and like, so who's first? And I was like, oh god.
Wait. Does this take place in Colin Farrell's house?
No, in a hotel room.
When they're like planning to kill.
Yeah. They thought they were hiring a professional killer, but they hired a professional here or Matt.
I remember him from the whatchamacallit?
Fantastic Four?
No, from the trailer. He was in the trailer.
Oh, was he? Okay, well that'll be our special segment next week. We'll play that YouTube clip. Sorry, continue, Jess.
So, in other news, it looks like Chevonne might be buying a one-way ticket from Paris to New York City. Can we expect her back in the Big Apple before Ringer's hiatus? I think it's going to be inevitable that she comes back at this point. I think it's going to be too hard to sustain that. If you keep watching, there'll be something juicy in the next couple of weeks. Uh-oh, sounds like the biatch is back.
Well, she is! She's definitely back, but is she permanently back? That's the question.
I think so. Why does she need to be in Paris now?
Or Tyler.
Oh, that's right. Who? Oh God, she is a crafty one.
Because
she is a crafty one.
love makes you do crazy things, and he's hot.
Yeah.
And, he is
flawless.
Do you think she was lying when she said, yes, at first I was using you, but then I started to develop...
150%.
Yeah.
She likes
100%.
Justin Bieber hair. Christopher
She is
Blah
so
is rocking
manipulative.
some Justin Bieber hair, and it is
If
not
you
okay.
haven't realized, it wasn't a big Christopher Plaha episode because Deidre Behar has
mention
not
him once.
mentioned him or worshipped
Because
him
he's
Wearing a turtleneck.
has
and was wearing
Justin
a turtleneck.
Bieber
And wearing
hair.
a turtleneck.
I mean, I hate to say that I'm fickle or that I only like him for aesthetic reasons, but I only like him for aesthetic reasons. And his hair was
Not working for you tonight.
no, and the costume, wardrobe, makake people are
That's
phenomenal
how,
on this show.
That's
So what
how they're gonna
happened?
bring him back. Is like Siobhan's gonna somehow come back into the world.
She's gonna be seduced by his what is it called? Helmet hair?
I don't know what that was.
Bowl cut?
Yeah. Well, listen, the man's wife is missing.
No,
Yeah,
but
she
possibly
actually-
dead.
she actually
He's not
loves him.
Thinking about that.
She loves him.
So is that what it is? He hasn't.
I'm guessing.
He's depressed, so he hasn't had time to spike it up. Because it's just been laying flat.
That could be me overthinking it, but I'm just gonna do that just to make you feel better about it.
It looked like he was on like a
He was trying to be
male
Justin Bieber.
runway, like New York Fashion Week. It
Okay.
was like with the turtleneck, like a
In the
Ralph Lauren like
80s.
Fashion Week.
Okay, he needs to take some elegant.
Pomade and just like
Thank you. I was gonna say some serum, but yes, some pomade, some ice spike. What was it that guys used?
like
in middle school?
bedhead, like
Yeah,
whatever
bedhead.
that's called.
Texture
like,
that. Texture it, okay? Google Ryan Cabrera. That's the kind of hair you need to have.
So judgmental.
Okay,
and
sorry.
rightfully so.
Jesse, news and gossip number 3.
So, but
This one's the most exciting. Chevonne and Buffy fans, make sure you listen up. Okay, so we are going to be revealing piece of news and gossip number 3. It's really exciting because it has to do with Buffy, which was your girl.
Yes.
Talk about
but
that.
like for a sec, I thought Amber Benson. She played. I'm horrible with names. She played the gay lover of Allison Hannigan's character Willow.
Yes.
And
What was she in? What was she in this week?
she was the not the prostitute, the stripper that they found
Oh,
dead
that they
in the
found
hotel
dead.
room. Which is why I thought, oh, okay, well that's not enough airtime for her. Maybe they're gonna do flashbacks, and they hardly had a flashback.
They did like a flashback.
Well,
so maybe they'll have more.
okay.
Yeah,
Later.
I think they're gonna have.
When she doesn't look like such a stripper, I know who
She
you're talking
didn't.
about.
I found her performance really awkward because she's just so not.
She
a
was
stripper.
Tara
Right.
McClay.
Yeah,
Tara McClay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jesse, let us know what's
Yeah.
going to be happening with
Well-
SMG and Buffy.
speaking of Buffy the fans hoping to see Sarah Michelle Gellar maybe someday reprise the role can harbor a little hope now. She'll play Buffy again, but there's one catch. Only on Sesame Street for her daughter Charlotte to see her. that would be the only place I'd return as Buffy, she tells Times of India.
that would be very inappropriate.
Times of
Yeah, why is she... Okay, never mind.
Considering the more laid-back life she's got working on Ringer, it's no wonder she'd rather not return to Buffy days. But she's still very proud of her work on the show, saying, "Without wishing to sound obnoxious, I do think it changed the course of television.
Yeah, it
it
did.
certainly changed genre television. It just came at the right time for that. I could share a scene with Elmo. I mean, I've worked with some great people, Andy Garcia, Forrest Whitaker, but they're not Elmo."
Is Elmo
I
all of a
mean,
sudden a vampire?
who
Is
is
that how
Is
that's
she
gonna happen?
staked
Wait,
Elmo?
Jesse,
What
I
if
have
she
a question.
staked count the count?
Wait,
That's-
Jesse.
that's
Two
Jesse,
smart.
I have a question. How depressed does it make you on a scale of 1 to 10 that she won't be returning as Buffy, but only on Sesame Street?
Well, seeing that, I thought she really would never come back as
Is it?
Buffy.
I think it's kind of good news, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's totally joking. She's never coming back as Buffy the Vampire
Well,
Slayer.
Here's
And
the
if
thing.
it was on Sesame Street,
By
it
the
would
way,
be such a
wait,
mock.
sorry guys, if you have never listened to the Vampire Diaries podcast, Jesse Janny here is the biggest Buffy fan ever.
If you're listening to Ringer, we've discussed it many a
Many
time.
times.
Oh, we have? Oh, we have.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we have. Sorry.
No, but here's the thing with Sesame Street. Like, I know Emma Stone was recently on it. I know
Katy
Katy
Perry.
Perry has done it. If you go on Sesame Street, you go as yourself.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not.
you
You're not
go.
acting.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
like, hey, I'm Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I'm here today as Buffy. Like, she's not going to do
And
that.
a 5-year-old should know what Buffy is, or should know who that
No.
is,
No.
and what they do.
No. Okay.
That'd be very traumatizing if
Yeah.
you really love the count,
Yeah.
and then there's a Slayer on here like,
I don't know if you guys know this, but Charlotte's pretty advanced for her age.
Charlotte drinks kale and eats sushi. Yes. Well, you know what? Regardless of whether or not that happens, I would love to see some SMG on Sesame Street. She just is such a great, well-versed actress. Okay,
I'd love to go on Sesame Street. I want to chat with Elmo.
She can play a stripper, and she can also be on a wholesome TV show. That's why we love her. Okay,
That's right. We love her.
Thanks for reading the news, Jessie.
SMG love.
Let's get into our Ringer predictions.
Ooh.
Go for it, Chappie.
Your AfterBuzz TV.
Don't mess it up.
Predictions. Miss you, David.
David usually does that little last voiceover there for us.
You better watch this and notice.
and feel threatened because
Yes.
you did a
Take
really
note.
solid job.
And I had a creepy face on.
Oh, I
Okay,
noticed it. That was good.
ladies, tell me what we're thinking.
Wait, what did I say I was going to get into in predictions? I forgot to write it down.
Oh, about like the stripper naughty stuff? Because in the preview, it was like a whole bunch of like, you haven't seen the real naughty side of Chevonne
Briv.
or Briv.
No,
Was there
there's
something
someone else.
Actually, no,
about
it
her
seemed
coming back from Paris?
Chevonne.
Well, my prediction is like, I think that the whole underlying, like, why she's doing this is because remember in the first episode, that kid who
In the photograph.
something happened. I don't know if it was a brother or a son or whatever.
Right.
I think that whatever Bridget did when she was like high to this kid, Chevonne wants payback for.
Yes.
Right.
I think it was Siobhan's kid from a previous marriage.
Or maybe not even marriage, but like
Relationship, sure. It looked like a
Right.
6 or 7 year old. I believe he was like a little blonde boy. Who knows if Bridget was highly under the influence? She could have accidentally run the kid over. She could
Done
have
something to
drowned
kill
him in a
him.
bathtub. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a million different ways that it
I feel like
could have
that's-
happened.
Yeah, that's a really like classic plot
But
line,
this
like
is, like-
Rachel getting married. Like you're on drugs and you
And
kill
you
a
crazy.
It's a
child.
very complicated plot, though, to get back at your sister for killing your kid. When you just, I mean, there's something
Kill
that
your
she
sister.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. There's
Because
something
we have realized that it's
happened.
like rooted deeper. Like
Yeah.
this has been planned for
That's-
a while.
Yeah, that's probably a motivation for it, but there's something that she wants, that Chevonne wants Bridget to take the fall for.
I also think it's something she wants to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely is
Definitely.
trying to get away from something.
Yes.
And to Tyler, Dr. Orthodontics.
Oh, love him, yeah. But now that it appears that Chevonne is back in New York for maybe good, are the twins gonna run into each other? Are they gonna go to lunch? Are they gonna kill each other? What do we think the dynamic between the girls
Obviously,
is
the
gonna
ball's
be?
all in Siobhan's court.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think the
because
balls,
Bridget
yeah.
doesn't know. Is like clueless. Still shocking.
I think there's gonna be maybe some like trip, like some vice versa, like Chevonne pretending to be Bridget.
That's gonna get really confusing for the viewers.
That's where I'm saying. That's where I think that
I would not
Christopher
be-
Palaha's character is gonna like come kind
Yeah.
of back in the storyline because he's kind of fading out a little bit.
Yeah.
and I have a feeling she's gonna pretend to be
Bridget.
Briv, and then like suck him back into her little like
no, and
weird
confuse
web.
him. Yeah.
And like suck him in, like that's my
that'd
thought
be
is
awful.
because otherwise his character doesn't have a whole lot else to do with this situation.
And Chevonne probably has no idea that Briv called it off between her and Henry, right? So do you think Chevonne can just waltz back into Henry's life like nothing ever happened?
That's true. That can happen.
Yeah, because she doesn't really seem.
Chevonne won't waltz back into his life.
You don't think she wants to get with him again?
I don't think.
I think she
she
loves
does love
him.
him.
I
Yeah.
think she loves him, but I don't think waltzing. I don't think it'll be
It won't be that
obvious-
easy.
Yeah,
it won't be that
easy for her.
because she's gonna have to explain.
And
a
that's
lot.
that's like standard television. Like as much as you want like to see them maybe to get together, they never make it that easy for you. And sometimes it gets really irritating, but it has to happen.
Wouldn't it be so great if they could double date Briv and Andrew, Henry and Chevonne, and then we could all get along?
no.
Okay.
I want to know how the faux paternity of Siobhan's baby is going to play into her plan, because it obviously wasn't a part of her plan.
Well, she said that Tyler was the father.
Yeah.
Without
which is
any hesitation, but it's obviously
But
not.
not.
Because
So-
she's a psychopath.
Yeah,
Right.
but there's got to be a reason that she's already got a new plan going on.
I think because, she wants to hold on to him, obviously.
Right, she still wants him for something.
She
Yeah.
wants him for something, maybe money, because he did, like, settle out her room if he knows that, yeah.
I mean, he works for Andrew. Just keep
Yeah.
him as an
Yeah.
ally. Who knows what or how or when he could come in handy. As far as the Juliet rape situation, I mean, I know we already sort of visited
Yeah.
that. We're just gonna have to wait and
Wait and
let
see.
us see how it plays out. But again, it's kind of like, you know how male doctors will very, very seldom be in a room with a female patient without a nurse present. I think it's sort of one of those situations, and it's going to be probably really messy because it's going to be Mr. C's word against Juliet's word.
That's so Lifetime of them. That's
so
Lifetime.
So Lifetime movie network of them.
CW can kind of get into that direction sometimes.
But that's why we love it. And that's why we tune in every week.
That is.
On that
like
note, anything you guys want to talk about real quick?
Can't believe we have to wait until January 10th.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is our last.
This was until January 10th.
I think you have 2 more episodes, actually.
I think we
know.
It said January 10th.
It said January 10th.
Oh, alrighty.
Okay.
Sadness.
Love you guys.
This is depressing, but thank you for sticking with us throughout this first part of the first season of Ringer. We've had a lot of fun. We hope you have too. Please subscribe to us on iTunes. Go on iTunes and search AfterBuzz TV. Click Ringer. We're nice. We're fun. We hope you guys enjoy listening
and we
to
love
us.
you all.
We do love you all. So on behalf of myself, Deidre Behar, Stephanie Chapluk, Chevonne Hughes, Emily Harbert, and David Skiffality, who is not with us tonight, have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful rest of your 2011. We will see you next year.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.